All right, so today at Nterludes Radio, we're receiving an artist with a capital A.
And on top of that, we're going to be talking about dance and music as a means to escape.
Et puis, c'est pas sa fête et c'est pas Noël, mais on a un petit cadeau pour l'invité.
Ooh. Cheese! So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere.
Fitted cap, trench coat with a pair of Jordan Turner boats moving by, glides, keeping them afloat high. Got thrust eye cause you were trying to follow. Well, all bad, we got no ice to borrow. Light camera action, but movement capture, alter reality, picture frame dissector. Higher a melanin in that intro chapter. The catamaran captain and cap locks caption hyphen. Find a pause in this let's-o moment. Let's applaud cause this Wednesday is golden. Who would have thought that day was chosen? Interludes of a life, what's happening? Yeah.
So how you guys doing? How we doing today?
I'm good, man. You?
I'm chilling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I'm feeling blessed, surrounded by good energy. Good beat.
Yes, energy's good.
Positive energy. That's what's up. And yo, Pet.
Oui.
When we were off camera, you brought up something an interesting subject.
Yeah, fait que ce matin, après que je me suis levé, bon au café, passe aux toilettes, 5 minutes. Et puis, je pensais à ce sujet-là, right? Et je trouve ça intéressant parce que moi, ça m'a affecté toute ma vie, quoi. Est-ce que tu peux relate au fait que tu devais mettre un masque pour blend in dans un certain groupe ou dans un certain, community-wise, pour ton avantage, pas dans ton avantage, mais pour me paraître mieux, pour blend in, right? So, how do you relate to that?
Wow.
Do you relate to it? Yeah.
Did I ever had to put on a mask? Oh, that's such a good question. I am so not sure.
Honestly, even for me, I can't recall certain moments. I just know, for example, just being in Montreal and at home, I don't speak a lot of French. Because my parents are Filipino. They didn't even speak much Tagalog to me. You know what I mean? I was always around it, but they didn't really speak it to me. So I mostly spoke in English. But it's like, for example, if you're mostly around French people, and I'm shy about French just because I feel like my French isn't so good, even if it's decent, because I don't have a huge vocabulary.
Yeah.
So in that case, it's like I always kind of just kept quiet, or I would pretend that I don't speak it.
Je pense que je t'ai jamais entendu parler français, man.
Yo, it's so rare.
Depuis qu'on work ensemble puis qu'on chill ensemble.
Yeah.
Just maybe once.
It's so rare.
Yeah.
I think I heard him utter maybe 2 words of French in
Give
my
us
whole
something,
life.
bro. Give us something. Donne-moi quelque chose, là.
Why?
Donne-moi quelque chose en français. Petite phrase. La femme est belle dans le club. What's up? Tu dis quoi?
Il a dit la femme est belle dans le club. Tu dis quoi?
Bonjour. But I mean, c'est comme...
Yeah, it is pretty weird, but yeah,
So-
I guess that's a moment I could recall.
So that would be a moment for you where you feel you had to wear a mask. So you had to pretend. You would pretend as if you didn't speak French, just to avoid from speaking it.
Yeah, because I was shy.
Okay, gotcha.
Still am, sort of.
Gotcha. So yo, take the mask off, bro. Mask on. Fuck it, mask
you?
off. Hey, about me, yo. Like I
T'as
told
toujours
you,
été real.
it's not. J'ai toujours été real. I really don't know. I can't think about a moment where I feel like I had to.
Right.
I had to. Comment je pourrais dire? Like you said, I'm gonna use the terminology that you use. Wear a mask just to fit in. I always paid attention to the crowds that I wanted to be in.
Yeah.
So if I didn't fit with a certain crowd, I wouldn't try to hang with that crowd.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people would call me antisocial or that's that weird dude, because I was very meticulous with the people that I wanted to keep around.
Right.
I'm saying in high school, in elementary school, in fucking CJEP,
Yo, I relate to that. Yeah, I
what I'm
definitely.
saying?
Yo, especially high school, most of the time. Yo, honestly, I probably made more friends the moment the moment it was prom. As soon as prom came, that's when I started to bond with people.
Yeah.
At prom.
Because it's that last day. It's like, what's up?
Yeah.
You dress nice. Ooh, she cute. I never saw you under that light ever before.
I was just dancing, keeping to my corner. And if not before that, I was friends with the ones that were like Sec 4, Sec 5.
Yeah. So like I had my peoples in Bergs. I had my people at school. I didn't really open up my circle like that. And I didn't feel the need to.
Yeah.
And like I said, some people will label me as weird. Some people will label me as something else. But
you were comfortable with the
I'm
thing,
saying it's
being-
like,
being
yo, I'm
weird,
by
weird.
myself. I got my music.
Okay.
I'm dancing. You know, I got my peoples. But how about you?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, comme je te disais, ça, toute ma vie, je pense, pas toute ma vie, mais une bonne partie de ma vie. Because, you know, si tu suis avec moi assez longtemps, tu peux voir que comme j'aime ça goof around.
Yeah, you talk
Right?
about shit.
You know, talking that shit.
Fuck, man.
Mais j'étais pas comme ça avant. Oh, my bad. J'étais pas comme ça avant. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, le Hennessy, G. Shit. Puis, yeah. Yeah. Mais non, j'étais plus gêné avant. Mais j'ai vu comme quoi. C'est plus la danse qui m'a dégêné en plus. Quand je commençais à danser. Après, boum, j'ai vu l'interaction, les connexions, ça se faisait, les bons vibes. Mais, on va dire comme de 20 ans à. On va dire, là, j'ai 29. Fait que de 20 à 25 ans, j'étais vraiment. You know, dès que j'ouvrais ma bouche, et pas parler caca, tu vois ça? Pause. But play.
I
But you
mean,
know, yeah, mais.
this is what makes him him, you know?
Yeah. Mais comme j'ai réalisé que comme la raison pourquoi je gooffais around, parce que le monde me disait, oh, Phet, t'es pas imbécile, mais t'es con, right? Parce que he's always saying stupid shit.
Okay, yeah.
Mais à la fin de la journée, je faisais ça inconsciemment, je faisais ça pour mettre de la vibe dans la pièce, you know? C'était pas pour être stupide ou non, parce que je savais que si je faisais ça, genre dans la pièce, l'énergie changeait. And people would actually like appreciate my presence.
Yes, yeah.
Because of that. Mais après, j'ai réalisé aussi que, you know what, non, je ne devrais pas faire ça pour les autres, you know.
Yeah.
Fait que je me suis calmé, apparemment, peut-être pas, mais. But you
yo,
know,
it's
what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I mean, when he's around, you know it's about to be funny.
Yep.
Sometimes.
Yeah. You be goofing around saying some stupid shit. You will notice it.
So the message
as
to
you
you
watch
guys,
this.
stay true to yourself. People gonna love, the right people gonna love you for who you are, right? The right people.
Indeed.
Oh, shit.
Yo,
Indeed.
You should interview me today, Mo. Yo. So yeah, man. This is pas mal ça, là.
Yeah. I get your story. But yeah, yo, thank you guys for sharing. I really appreciate y'all. So, as usual, my homie's about to go behind the cameras, and we're gonna proceed with that interview we got with us. A very, very special guest. So stay tuned. Don't leave. Gang. Whoosh. We have none other than the one, the only,
Speak about it.
l'incomparable.
Yes.
Now I'm saying we gotta say it in French too. Now I'm
Oh,
saying
you already know.
Si je parlais créole, j'allais dire créole aussi. Know what I'm saying?
Créole is l'incomparable.
L'incomparable. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing.
My fault. Cool.
Same thing. Drop the L.
We have Erich
Yes.
Preach
Yes.
Ddimplz.
Yes.
Mean Gene.
Yes.
Am I forgetting something?
Oh, there's a lot more.
Ooh, lay it on him.
Mean Billie Jean, William Eugene O'Neill Sparks, E, double E, Superstore Extraordinaire.
That's where I would drop the bombs like Flex, like Funk Flex.
Superstar
All right.
Extraordinaire. Yeah, that's me.
Yo, my G, thank you for being with us. We really appreciate you. We really appreciate you taking your time, to come through, share your story, share your dance, and all of that. And I'm
It's a
saying,
pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a
Sheesh.
pleasure to be here.
hey,
Thanks
so
for having me.
hey, on est là. So, I want to start with this. I see that you do, like, you're well versed in hip hop. You do a couple of styles, a few styles, because
Yes.
a couple is two, but
Yeah.
you do more than two.
Yes. Yes.
You do hip hop,
Yeah.
you do house,
Yeah.
you do whacking,
Yes.
you do dancehall.
Yes.
I
I do Latin dances, but that's not part of hip hop. But still, I mean, I gotta get my groove on.
Know what I'm saying, she.
Órale, way. Shout out to all my Latinos.
All
Ya
right.
tú sabes, papi, okay?
Ay.
You already know.
So
Yeah.
I want you to take us back. I want you to tell us about.
I want you to go back, way back.
Way back.
Back in time. Sorry about that.
Non, t'inquiète.
That's the ADD that kicked in, man.
T'inquiète. Je suis là avec
Yeah.
toi, Do. Je suis là avec toi.
So,
All right, take us back to. J'allais faire le même chose que tu vas faire. take us back to when you were introduced to those styles, you know, like first hip hop. What was your introduction to hip hop?
the hip hop was really my cousins from the States. My cousins from New York. Every good Haitian that lives in Montreal have cousins in the States.
Sheesh.
Every Haitian that I know, every Haitian that I know that's from Montreal has been more times to New York and Boston and Florida than Haiti itself.
Shit. Attends. We got another Haitian in the room. I need a confirmation.
And
Jean.
that's the fact, Lo. You see,
Jean.
he buckled
admit?
down. He
Damn.
buckled down.
Damn.
He buckled down. That's the family is like there's more Haitians outside of Haiti than in Haiti.
Wow.
Like, and you know and yeah, that's pretty much it. So my cousins are from the States, and they were very close to that culture. You see, as a Canadian, you have to understand it's not because you're black that you're from this culture. I'm Canadian, all right? I am a guest in the culture. I'm a closer guest.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you have guests that come in your house that some people are your friends, some people are the people you help out, and some people are family, all right? So it's closer to home, but you're still a guest, right? I believe, because it's not our culture. There's a lot of things that is not part of our culture. But anyways, bring back to the origins is really my cousins from the States. So I got cousins from the States from the side of my mom. They were born and raised in Queens.
Jeez.
Queensbridge. Yeah, that was them. So I used to spend. They used to come to Montreal, or I used to go to their house. You know what I mean? So it was really that, and that's how I learned. And back then, you have to understand that, you know, I might look good. You know, it's maybe Maybelline. No, it's me, bitch. But I'm 38, and people tend to forget that I'm 38. And so when I was a kid, there was no internet, there was none of that. So when you and there was a really, as far as like, as much as there's no black people right now on TV, it was even worse back then. And there was no hip hop station to this day. There is no hip hop station in Montreal. So back then we had to.
Wait, say that again. Wait, people need to hear that. Say,
Yeah,
what?
there's a hip hop station in Ottawa, but there's no hip hop station in Montreal.
Wow. And Montreal is c'est une métropole, right?
So they say.
Oh.
But I mean, but you know, they have a relationship with hip hop that is very weird. But anyways, that's besides the point. And we'll talk. I digress. We'll talk about that later on. But so we had to import the culture here. I had to bring a VHS, which doesn't exist anymore, over there. Tape, Rhapsody, or all of that. We had to tape that when I was going to my cousin's house and bring that back home. And all of my cousins, my Montreal cousins, were doing the same thing. So whenever I was going to the States, I was taping, I was coming back, I was sharing my tape. 3 months after that, they would do the same thing. So we would share the new trends, and that's how we kept up to date. So that's pretty much what happened. That's the beginning. Them showing me how to dance and just showing me different moves. You know, one of the first moves was the Running Man and stuff like that. You know, they introduced me to, I believe, like one of my first hip hop tape that one of my cousins gave me was a Big Daddy Kane tape. Then I listened to Onyx and stuff like that. They introduced me to that. They brought that. They gave me that knowledge. So that's where it's from.
That's wild.
It is from New York.
That's wild, you know, because nowadays, like you said, we could just go online and like go on YouTube and just look up some videos and look up some dance moves and all of that. And for you people actually had to move their bodies, catch a plane ticket or a bus ticket.
Oh, there was no plane tickets. We were black and broke. It was a ride.
Catch a ride.
It was a 12-hour drive. I know it doesn't take 12 hours to go to the States, to go to New York, but my dad was driving, and he drives slow.
Drive slow, homie.
Yeah, the limit is 100. He goes 100.
Damn, gotcha. So it takes you the full.
Yep.
Damn, I get you.
I had to have to take sleep twice and take 2 naps. something like that. It was a really long trip. But anyways, like we used to go there for weddings and stuff like that. But if we would go there for weddings, I was going there to to indulge in the culture because it was crazy. It's not the same thing. It's like you see graffiti, you see the train system, you see all. It's so different.
Was that what was attracting you to the culture at that point?
It just looked like me. It just looked like me. Like I didn't even speak the language. You have to understand. I learned English when I was in 5th grade. I didn't speak English before that, but they looked like me. I didn't understand the language. I didn't understand necessarily what they were saying, but I got the vibe. And because they looked like me, I was like, yo, this is me right there. Because everything that's back home don't look like me. And I have to always trying to, you always have to fit in. Back home, well, here in Montreal, I always had to fit in. I always had to fight to fit in, change my accent, my French accent. I have different French accent just to fit in. Damn. It was a question I just had to be different. I could not go to school, speak French with a Haitian. I had to fit in. But then when I used to go there, it just looked like me.
Yeah.
There was people that looked like me and that was successful, and I needed that. I didn't have that.
And it goes back to showing the importance of having representation.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand it. It was really important. It gave me like a sense of. Like hip hop, it's crazy. It's super corny. I'm not gonna be on. It's super corny. But hip hop saved me because it looked like me. Before that, it's like there was
nothing for you to cling on.
I didn't see the success. I didn't see the success. I saw people struggling. A lot of people struggling. I saw my people, my parents. They were like a minority within a minority. You understand? But. Yeah, the hip hop scene, people, entrepreneur, people making art and living from that, it saved me.
That's beautiful to hear you say, you know what I'm saying? Because when you say it saved you, I mean, I don't want to assume anything, but would you say that, it gave you like opportunities to get some money in your pockets and all of that.
No, it's not even a question about money in my pockets. It's
what is it a question?
It's not even. I'm sorry. This is the self-esteem.
Boom.
The knowing that it is possible for me to succeed was there. Boom. It's not even the fact that I was able to make money. Nah, I was not even making money then. It was not even. I'm not even talking about the ducats, the cheese, the moolah, the cheddar, all of that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just your self-esteem and how you view yourself and your people. Every time I used to listen to open the TV, the way we were portrayed. I remember, and we're gonna go back to that. But in 1988, Seoul, that's in Korea, Olympic Games. I think that's what it was. I remember there was a Canadian that was running the 100-meter dash, and he won. But the next day he was not a Canadian. He was the runner with Jamaican origins that was caught with doping, Ben Johnson. And they blew that out. He was not Canadian no more. Once he got caught, he was not Canadian. He was the Jamaican. So even like we couldn't win. Yeah, when you won, they stripped you of what you were. You were Canadian now. And when you lost, they gave you back real quick what you were. You understand? So it's not even a question of me making money. It's a question of me seeing success and being. Every time I used to listen to the TV, it was negative. We were portrayed negatively.
Yeah.
So now I see something that is hype. That is cool.
That speaks to you as a youngin'.
That speaks to me. That has guts. That has all of that. And it looks like me. Oh, that's important.
Jeez. Yeah.
It's really that.
That's hype. Woo. And then, so you had your hip hop coming from NYC. Now here in Montreal, how did that hip hop develop? How did it progress for you at least?
Well, I was just first. I was just doing that just to I was dancing to escape. It was not a job. It was not to make money or anything like that. To teach, I was not a teacher. I was in elementary school or high school. It was really just to escape. Whenever I dance, I can tell whatever story I want. I'm who. I could be bullied when I dance. It doesn't matter.
I hear you.
You cannot outdance me.
Jeez.
I'm me.
Jeez.
When I talk, you interrupt me. When I dance, I'm dancing. If you cut me off, I'm just gonna dance over there. I'm just gonna pack my shit and dance over there. I'm just gonna pack my shit and go over there. Oh, you come back? I'm just gonna go and dance over there. So it was a way to escape. Mm-hmm. It was a way to escape. I could be whoever I want to be in my head. It's just like, yes, we laugh about them, but I understand on them all the nerds that play Dungeons and Dragons
all the time,
and
all
them like mangas and stuff like that and all that. I get it. Mm-hmm. It's to escape. Mm-hmm. You have a different parallel or playing video games. You are who you want to be. Like I've been a bunch of people. You know, I've been Link. I've been Samus from Metroid. I've been Mega Man. I've been all just to escape. It's the same thing. You just want to escape. So it was here when I was a kid. I was dancing. It was not even a question of, oh, I'm gonna make money with this thing. No, I'm cool while I do it, and I can be whoever I want to be, and I'm gonna escape, and that's what it is, and that's what happened.
Jeez, got you. And who was qui était sur ton parcours? And I'm saying, like, who were the dancers that helped you on your path as a dancer?
Well, this is funny. It's a funny story. I always tell this story, and I told this story when we was chilling, but I'm gonna tell this story again
when we
now
were chilling.
because so I decided like some things happened in my life around in the year 2000s and stuff like that, and in the early 2000s, and I couldn't whatever. I moved on to dance. Dancing was more serious. I remember there's this bike. It's a bike club, right? And they were throwing parties. I was always around them because, anyways, the wife of the prez, I used to I grew up in the same neighborhood as her, so I kept up with them and everything and stuff,
Gotcha.
right? So they throw a party, right? It's a dope party. So I'm at the party, I'm jamming, and I see this tall dude on the stage dancing. And I'm
Tall
like,
motherfucker.
oh, all right, this is what happened. And at that time, everything was a challenge to me. So I see this tall dude dance. I'm like, oh, okay. So you think you can't dance? That was even before the show. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, okay. You see? So I go on stage, and whatever we go back and forth. I really respected the dude because the dude was dope. He was like dancing and he was in it and everything and stuff. Anyways, long story short, unfortunately, at that party, a fight broke out because there's some people that entered and they wanted to disrupt the party.
Yeah.
It's crazy because then it was like a little altercation with that person because one of his brother was in that crew.
Yeah.
And they had all the motorcycles on the stage, right? One of the people, the ill-intentioned person, took one of the helmets of the biker gang, of the biker clique. It's not a gang. It's really a clique. There's a difference between gangs and it's really recreational. But anyways,
Gotcha.
He took one of the helmets and smashed the helmet on that tall dude, thinking he was about to knock out the dude. But the dude turned around and he was just there. And I was like, oh, okay, he's that dude. Later on, couple of months after, I go to an event in a dance school called Urban Element.
Urban Element, shout out to Urban.
It was on Jean Talon and Saint Denis Street, right upstairs. And I see that dude dancing, and I go talk to him. I'm like, yo, I'm the dude at the party. He heard I'm the dude at the party that smashed it. He was like, yo, what did you do? That guy was Monster Pop. Yeah, that dude was higher black, all right, and that's why I met him. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm the dude that you dance against. I'm like, oh, okay, sorry, my bad. And then from that time, we never looked back. That's my homie. That's my dude. That's the dude I look up to. And there's other dancers that I like that I looked up to. Like first person I took a whacking class from was in 2004, and it was from Natasha Jean-Bart, and she was part of the first dancers that were actually dancing for Cirque du Soleil.
Shout out
Before
to
it was
Tash,
just acrobats and stuff like that. Yeah. She was part of the first dancers that was there, and she gave me my first whacking class, /punking class. So and then there's other people that really that were there. Spicy was there from the get-go. And at that time, what happened and why I went to Urban Elements, because I wanted to be more serious in the dancing.
Yeah,
so I said,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what?
yeah.
I need to
Apply pressure.
I need to have a little bit of,
Structure.
a little bit of structure. And nobody remembers that, but I was part of one of Urban Elements' team. I was part of one of their dance group.
Which one?
I don't remember the name. It was too long ago. That's how old I am. I don't remember. But it was with Pax.
Jeez.
Pax was in there. I was in there. Who else? Sarah MK was in the group. Another guy named David Flynn. Those other people. Yeah. So it was different.
Damn,
It was different times.
I think you've said some names that some people don't even know that those people dance.
There's a guy right now. He's a big bodybuilder. He lives in Mexico. His name is Barrett Jean. Anyways, they used to call it megabolic or something like that. But now he's even big. Yeah, big. Yeah. So yeah, as old times.
She's dope. All right, so
I used to battle in clubs.
So
now I just wanted a little bit of more structure and have
got you.
Go ahead.
You want to battle people, but in a structured way.
Yes, yes, exactly.
I hear you. All right, dope. But then you also do dancehall. Now,
Yes,
tell us that introduction to dancehall, my guy.
dancehall happened in '93.
93.
Yeah, that's the year. What happened? I was in the suburbs. I lived in the suburbs of Montreal, and in a white neighborhood.
In a how?
White neighborhood. I said what I said.
That H is strong. That's a strong H.
It's a white neighborhood. The H is there.
That's a
Don't
strong
forget the
H.
H. Never forget the H. IT.
Yeah.
Even in Haitians is everywhere, even in white. Anyways, in '93, summer of '93, I'm chilling outside, and it's funny, culturally speaking, white people eat supper earlier than us. You know what I mean? They eat at 5. We eat at 8, 9, 10. We eat when we eat.
Give us time to be hungry. Give us time to be hungry.
Yes, exactly. You know what I mean? So I eat when I was done playing outside. They played outside, went to eat at 5, came out around 6:30, and then so they went to eat, and then I just go, at the end of my street, there's the guy, he's older than me. I think he's really cool. I'm just gonna go. Every time I pass by his house, his father is friends with my father.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass by his house, say what's up. I walk towards his house, and I hear boom, 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 but I'm like, what is this? What's that? Where is that coming from? And it's from his house.
Sheesh.
See, the guy is half. His father is from Barbados. His mother is half Quebecer, half native. So she's mid-cis, right? So, and he's there. His parents is not there, and he's blasting the music, right? And I knock really hard because he wouldn't. He
couldn't hear you. Yeah.
He opens the door and I hear the song with the big bass. It's like, hey, what's up? How you doing? And I hear it. I'm like, what is that song? And it was Beanie Man, Wickedest Slum. Give me the girl with the wickedest slum. The kind of girl, she love up, she man. Man, if you want to get the medal, you have to get a girl with the real ghettos. No, that song was, yo. What
you got Phet in the corner busting out wine. Bust out wine.
It was that song. It was in '93, man. It was like, yo, what is that? And he tells me, oh, that's dancehall. I'm like, what are you doing? And he was recording the radio. He was and there was one radio station called CKUT 90.3 FM. Shout outs to you. That they had on Saturdays. They had a dancehall
segment.
It was a show, a dancehall show. And since it was a community show, they had a community radio.
Yeah.
They were playing, whatever they had, and it was all the good dancehall. So he put me on to CKUT. And I was like, yo, that is really good music. And he's like, oh, I got a couple of tapes that I can lend to you. Here you go. And he's like, yo, take my tapes. And he gave me like 4, and I was like, oh, that's dope.
Jeez.
And I went back home, And I went to listen to them, and my friends, they came outside to play, and I was inside my house.
Inside.
I was like, nah, I'm listening to this stuff. This is amazing. And that's what happened to dancehall. And then every Saturday after that, I was listening to CKUT 90.3. I was listening to that radio show, and that was the dancehall. And then after that, in the hip, I was able to recognize, because at that time, dancehall. What dancehall is basically reggae with hip hop influences, right? There's their own thing that I'm gonna rephrase that. Let me remix that. What happened is, at that time in the 90s, early 90s, there was a lot more influences from hip hop in the dancehall, and there was even crossovers. You know, there's a song by Junior Reid and Busta Rhymes. What's his name? Bounty Killer was always doing some things with the hip hop artists. There was art, and in the States, there was a lot of hip hop artists that some of the forefathers of hip hop are Jamaicans, from the Caribbean. So there's an influence there. You know what I mean? So that's what happened. There was a merge and a crossover. So whenever I was bringing tapes back home, I realized, oh, that's dancehall. I thought it was just hip hop. Because there was some dancehall music in there, and I remember I brought, around that time, I brought a tape. There was a bunch of hip hop, but there was Patra that was singing "Romantic Call" with another girl. I don't remember who. She had a couple of songs there. There was other songs like that. You know what I mean? That it was crossovers. So, yeah.
Chase. Yo, that's dope, bro. And it shows the curiosity you had as well. You know what I'm saying?
It looked like me. I had nothing else that looked like it's the turning point is that it looked like me, and I wanted to have something that looked like me, and that was cool. It was not cool to be black. It was not cool. It was definitely not cool to be Haitian. Even in the States, it was not cool to be Haitian, but at least they had that blackness, right? So it was not cool to be black. It was not cool to be Haitians here. It was not cool to be able to speak in your language. It's not cool. People, when I was like talking or wearing certain things, they would not understand. So I had to have something that looked like me and that understood me, and that was the closest.
That's
thing.
what it was.
That's what it was. So yes, there's curiosity because I wanted to understand where it was from and why things are like that. And I would wanted to, like, at that time, 93, a couple of years after that, I kept on listening to dancehall, and I was like, I like the beat, and it's not a language I understand, and I was starting to listen to English, but I'm like, why do I understand certain words? And I went back to my friends, like, listen, what language do they speak? And he's like, well, it's PART.1, and he was able to break it down. He was able to break down his side of the story, being from Barbados, going to Barbados with his father, and being able to break down his side of the story. So I was curious, but also it looked like
it looked like you.
It looked like
Got you. And was that the same story for house as well, when you got into house dancing?
What happened in house dancing is that I remember I just got in the group that I was telling you about at Urban Element. It's cool, and they had a year-end show, and so we had to do a piece there, and I did it. You know, I was always a bit the dramatic guy, right? Not the dramatic guy, but I mean, I had to add a little bit more to the show.
Okay, got you.
Just going there and dance was not enough. You know, I had to add a little bit of more. You know, in Creole, we call that a neg bat tomate, non toute sauce, on.
Okay.
Neg Fujifilm, ma propose, on.
Neg Fujifilm, not propose.
What I mean is that I love the show. The showmanship. I loved that. It was always a thing. So when we did the show, just a side note, when we did the show, like, we were just supposed to, it was like the theme was like if we were in prison.
Okay.
At that time, I was a security guard. I had a side job of being a security guard, and I had cuffs. So I'm like, I'm gonna dance with cuffs on. It was not part of the script. Nobody told me to dance with cuffs. I didn't have to do that. But I'm like, no, it's gonna add to. It's gonna add. Let me add even more to the drama. I'm supposed to do it. I'm not supposed to do like a solo, and I'm dancing, and we do 2 representation, and that was just me, right? So I'm doing it was me and another person. We do the freestyle, and I was the last one to go on the freestyle. So I do the freestyle with my handcuffs, right? And at the end of my freestyle, I had the key in my hand of the handcuff, and I give it to one of the first person from the front row. I'm like, yo, here, help me out. Shit, I gotta go. And that person was left with the key, and I had 2 keys, right? But it's just to tell you, it's just to show you the kind of like
where your brain was at.
I want to bring a show. This is a show. So to bring the house is at that show.
Yo, my bad. That was a crazy idea. Wait. Let's not just like skim through it. Yo, bro, that because the thing
that's
is insane. Bro.
No, because the thing is, it's like when I'm on stage, even in battles, if I'm not gonna win, I'm gonna have a good time, or there's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a show. That's what it is. If I'm there to battle, at least I'm gonna give a good time to people. You know? People are gonna remember me. You know what I mean? People are gonna be able to be like, yo,
I remember that dude.
That dude.
Yep.
You're that dude. And that's it. Because I just like I'd like to see a good show. And we're here. Might as well just
give out a good show for everyone.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's pretty much what happened at that show. But then I go backstage and everything and stuff, and then the end of the show happens, and then there's a group. There are 4 people. Those 4 people, there is Dazzle. There is a guy from New York named Shannon Mabra. There is Black Cat, BK. And there's a little girl from Ottawa named Melly Mel.
Gotcha.
Right? So they do it. They're all dressed in red, like red jerseys, red shoes, and they come in. It's great. It was like, yo, it was hypnotizing the way they were dancing. And I didn't know what kind of dance it was. The song was dope. They were dope. They looked like me. I wanted to do that. Jeez. At the end of the day, that's really what it is. I just want to do dope shit.
Let's say that and look at the camera at the same time.
At the end of the day, I just want to do dope shit. So whether it's dance, whether it's comedy, whether it's commentary, whether it's filming or stuff like that, I want to do dope shit. So I see dope shit, I'm like, yo, that is dope. That is dope. I don't know why.
Attracted to that.
And I don't know why. I can't explain. Sometimes I can't explain why, but I don't really have to explain it. I just do it. And so I'm going to the stores. I'm like, yo, and I'm gonna ask all the questions and be like, yo, what is this? And after the show, I was like, yo, that was dope, but what is it? Oh, it's house music and a house dance. Fair, cool. I don't know nothing about it. Where can I learn how to dance like that? Oh, and they told me where. Cool, nice. Fine. When? I'll be there. And I was there, and I was introduced to house 2004.
Chase. Yo, that's a dope story, and at the same time, it reminds me of the first time that I spoke to you. You probably never heard that story. You probably don't even know.
Probably not.
But
man.
I think I was in 6th grade or in high school. I can't remember exactly.
Damn, that's a long time ago. Okay.
And like,
how old are you?
I'm 24.
Oh, okay, I could be your father.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. That's wild, yo. No, but for real though, we got 14 years difference, bro.
Yeah, I could be your father.
You know what I'm saying? That's wild, bro. That's wild, but that's true.
It's funny because a side note, I was doing comedy and this guy comes out and he's really good, right? And he's like talking and shit like that. And he's like, I'm like, yo, how old are you? And he's like 19. I'm like, yo, I've been with my girl for 21 years. I could be your father. I'm like, my relationship with my girl is older than you.
Yo,
right?
it's
like,
crazy.
Anyways, whatever.
Like, if your relationship with someone, that person would be older than him.
It would be. But my relationship can drink in the States. Equal in the States. My relationship can vote. Can go to the army.
It can go out. It could. Damn, bro. Yo, that's wild. That's fucking funny. But yeah,
the first time I spoke,
it was Festival Juste pour Rire. They were doing like a whole like dance exhibition outside on Saint Denis.
Yes.
There were different stations. There were like a Latin dance station. There was a hip hop station, and all those different things. You know. And I think Cindy was coordinating the whole thing. And then what's it called? I think Namo was there. There was a battle.
Yes.
Oh shit! That dude caught that shit one hand with the left. My bad. Okay.
Oh damn.
And there was an exhibition battle. that's where I met Namo. I saw Namo and I was like, bro, I cannot approach that dude because he looked like a cholo. Like,
yeah,
he got the lokes on. He had the braids.
Yeah.
He had the fucking
the
fucking shirt.
Everything,
Like,
everything.
I am not looking that
He was
dude in
Drake
his
back
eyes.
then. I got everything. I got.
I cannot complain. I already know how much I really made. I forgot. But yo, you know what I'm saying? And then
I can understand.
And then I got on stage, but I was on the side of the stage because, you know, the crowd was like, there was way too many people and I couldn't see. So I got on the side of the stage. And then at one point, you came on with another group to do like a showcase.
Yeah.
And you guys were dancing, doing a bit of house and a bit of hustle.
Yeah.
And at one point, you were next to me. And I tapped you and I was like, yo, what's that style y'all doing? It's like, that's hustle. And then you went on stage and you kept dancing with someone else.
But I was busy. The show must go on. You got your information. I got my dancing. Okay.
And that was it. That was the first time I spoke to Preach.
That is funny.
Damn.
No, because, you know, I'm going to give the information, but, you know, I'm also busy with, you know, I'm also working.
Yeah, you had to go on stage. That's fucking true.
It's hustle, homie. All right, cool. You got hustle?
Hustle.
Yeah, all right. Like hustle.
Boom.
Go. Yeah, I got to go. All right, cool.
Went on stage and kept on dancing, bro. That was wild.
That's funny.
And then a couple years later, boom, I'm in your house class and I'm taking his house class for like, yo, crazy, man. Even Tommy came through a few times.
Yeah, you came through.
Yo,
yeah, Tommy came through. That's dope.
Like
dope times.
It's crazy how life goes full circle, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, man, wow.
So, we spoke about hip-hop, dancehall, house. Boom. Talk to me about whacking, bro, that introduction.
And whacking is really just, whacking is weird, right? It was a kind of whacking was a statement of, I do not give a shit what you say. But tell you what it is. We're going to go deep right now.
Go ahead. Pause. Go ahead.
You ready?
I'm been ready.
You're not ready.
Been ready. Born ready, boy. Born in 96.
So this is what happened. All my life, I want money and power.
I was about to sing another song. I was about to sing another song, bro.
Oh, time for less shout. I pray my dead man
as the apple tout.
So I can the world
72 hours. Goddamn, I got damn. Okay, my bad.
But all my life, serious thing. All my life, what happened was I was not really the cool dude when I was a kid.
I could relate.
But not only that is the standards were really fucked up. See.
Also?
Well, the way I was raised is the self-esteem was so low, I couldn't even talk to girls. Even if I had the opportunity to talk to girls, I wouldn't be able to do it. That's where the comedy. I used comedy to talk to people. I used comedy. I was hiding behind comedy, or I was hiding behind a character, right? A personage, right? So, and even at that time, like sometimes, and you know, that came like that got me a certain like it got me a certain way. It got me to a certain point where I got into a situation where I was alone with girls, and because I did not take advantage of them, they would call me gay. Yeah. They would say, "Oh yeah, you're not gonna take this." I'm like, no, this is kind of not right. Like I'm not gonna just. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's just not right. Automatically, I was labeled as because I was chilling with all these girls and not doing anything, not trying anything. Even the guys were saying that because they were hating because or whatever reason because I was with the girls, but the girls were also doing that. Yeah, they were also guilty of that because I was not trying. Their standard for a guy does that. A guy is gonna try stuff on you. A guy is gonna try to, you know what I mean?
And if he does not, then it's not.
Then if he does not, he's gay.
It's abnormal.
He's gay. So I don't know how many times I've been called the F word. And that's pretty much it. So at some point in my life, it was still happening. It was happening and stuff like that. And at some point, whacking came, and it was. I know it was. Whacking is a dance that is from. That was invented by the LGBTQ community, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, because whether I do hip hop or whatever I do, you're gonna label me as. Let me just do whacking and voguing. I don't care. I don't care. I know who I am, and I actually think it's dope. And guess what? That community is still part of us.
Yeah.
And I grew up with. I was growing up. My parents, for Haitian people, were very avant-gardist.
Okay.
They were very ahead of their time, right? Like we had uncles. I had an uncle that was a cousin of my parents. That was gay, and his family rejected him and stuff like that. My family welcomed. They were like, it's like it was never an issue. It was never a problem. I remember when I was in church. When I went to church, there was one kid. Yo, he was a kid. He was born. Feminine mannerism.
Yeah,
and it was not. He was not trying. It was not.
It was.
That's
It was
who
him.
he
That
was.
Yeah.
And when he came out, when he
Announced.
when he came out, his parents disowned him.
Wow.
But I mean legally.
Wow.
Like,
wow.
in the
On
newspaper
papers.
and shit like
Wow.
that. And I remember my dad being like, "How could you do that to your son? Like it's still your son." So I always grew up with parents that were very understanding of that. And at some point I didn't even understand, like, okay, but why is it an insult? Like, okay, you call me this, you call me that. Okay, so what if I was? What would be the big problem? Like,
Why should you take offense?
what? So what? Right? So at some point I was like, okay, so whether I do the baddest dance or whatever, or where do I do that, I'm still gonna be labeled as to you. So let me just do whatever the fuck I want. Excuse me, can I swear in this?
Hey, bro.
All right, shit. So yeah, these motherfuckers were calling me faggot.
Nah, I'm saying
and I was
shit.
not really with that shit.
For real,
Know what I mean?
damn, son. Shit.
Yo, fuck that fucking shit. I
Man,
was like,
fuck.
yo, you calling me what? Fuck that.
Nah,
I'm gonna
for
be
real,
like,
G?
yeah, I was
Nah,
like,
you
you know
lying.
what?
Nah,
I'm
bro.
like, bitch, please. I ain't know. You know what? It ain't none of your business.
Man,
ain't none of your business.
Ain't none of them.
Ain't none of your business.
None of them.
So
Shit.
no, but real, but real talk. Like I don't remember. I can't even count the number of times I've been called a faggot. But I was like, all right, whatever. I know what I like. You know, I don't have a type. Bad bitches is the only thing that I like.
I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. Yo, fallait à plug in comme 3 chansons, bro. Jusqu'à présent, 3 chansons, bro. Damn, bro.
But the thing is, like, I know who I am. I know I'm not. So I don't have to fight it. I don't have to justify. Yeah, no, I'm not. Fuck all of that shit. You think I am? Fine. I know what I do. And even if I was doing that, who the fuck cares? So I saw whacking and I was like, yo, let me just, and it's still us. It's still part of us. Boom. I'm like, let me do whacking. I like that dance. I like how it is. It's a different musicality. It's a different way of interpreting. It's a different way to feel the beat. It's a different way to it's a different story to tell. It's a different way to feel the beat. But I'm gonna do it another way. You know what I mean? The only people that I saw do whacking was either girls or guys that were very feminine, which is fine. But I wanted to bring something else to the table.
Yeah.
So let me do that dance and let me just go with it. And I did that.
Jeez.
That's how it's from. But then again, the whacking, because it was in the nature of whacking to be like extra.
Yeah.
You know the part when I was saying that I like the showmanship part,
The whole drama thing.
the whole showmanship, like I was able to push that even more. Like I've always liked acting because that's another way of escaping. You know, when you're a kid, you're always like, when it's around Christmas.
Yeah.
And your mom is like done wrapping the presents.
No, I don't know that.
Anyways, sorry about that. Some people had it rougher than us. But anyways, when you take the cardboard thing that's holding the paper.
Yeah, I've seen that in a couple of stores.
But I'm a Jedi now.
Oh.
I'm a Jedi. If I fold it a bit, that's not. And I was always making these stories. Even when I was alone, I was always making an acting stories. So the whacking was able for me to push my acting. My acting skills were definitely pushed by like I was able to push the acting and the storytelling with the whacking.
Jeez.
As much as there's a whole story to my character. You know, some people like they dance and they have. It's weird because Crump has that too.
Yep.
Crump has that too, and it's whacking and Crump are there's a lot of similarities, a lot, right? It's not just a fucking nickname. Some people go on a battle and they be like, "Oh yeah, my name is this." When you Crump or when you whack, your name is not that. That is who you are.
It's further than the name.
Yeah, it's more than that. Yo, Crumpers have family names. Literally. And sometimes the family name is linked to what the style of what they do.
Yep.
If you're a scope, there's something, and there's something that you I'm not gonna do it, but I guess that's not my set, so I can't rep my set. But if you and that everybody from that family is gonna have that name, but they're gonna act like they're scoping, motherfucker.
Yeah.
If you're a mad rip, you're gonna mad rip. You know what I mean? So when you're whacking, it's a bit of the same thing. My name is I'm not Mean. My name is not me. I am Mean Gene. Where is Mean Gene from? Mean Gene is the thing that happened is that like Mean Gene himself has a history. All right.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
His whole name is William Eugene O'Neill Sparks.
Pardon.
And what happened was, first it was just Mean Gene. Okay, that when I came up with the name, it was Mean Gene. Where it came from is because we were drilling some movements, right? We were drilling some movement. I was looking at the mirror, and whenever I drill, my face looks like that.
Yeah.
I'm concentrated. When I'm concentrated, I look like apparently I want to kill someone. Sorry, math was really hard, but. But anyways, so I'm like that, and I remember BK, my teacher, my mentor in whacking. She comes next to me, but I'm still already like in the mood of the drilling. Like I gotta nail this, and I'm like, and she comes next to me. She's like, "Yo, why your face so mean?" And I responded, "Just taco tackler, right there. Why your face so mean? Cause I'm Mean Gene, bitch." I said that like that, and she went like, "Whoa." I like that, and she laughed. She laughed because there was when I was a fan of wrestling, and it was a guy named Mean Gene Oakland, and he was
okay.
It just Mean Gene, you know.
That's why when I write Mean Gene on YouTube, I see some wrestling shit. I ain't know. Okay, now
that's the reason. That you see some wrestling shit because it was Mean Gene. Yeah, Eugene Oakland. Exactly. Second thing is like I'm like, why his name is. Furthermore, the thing I was like, why his name Gene? You know, why Gene? Mean because he's mean, but Gene. Why? I can't always be like, well, I mean Gene. I wear mean jeans, bitch. My jeans are mean, but okay, his name's gonna be Eugene because in the Montreal scene, in the fashion scene, there is a guy named Eugene. When I was working for Telus at the Eaton Center, he used to come around. He was around like either at my store or he was always. This guy was always had style. Was always spiffy, and I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna inspire myself from him." Jeez. So he's Eugene.
Jeez.
O'Neill because when I was in the Air Force, when I was in the Air Force Cadets, because I was in the Air Force Cadets when I was a kid, I was a bagpiper, so I was playing the bagpipes. For those who don't know, cornemuse. Okay, so gotcha. Why would Mean Gene have a because his mother is Scottish. That's why. And it's Chalet Loin. I went far, but the thing is that when you do theater or you take a role, you have to kind of build a backstory to the character that you are impersonating to be able to have a purpose to what you're doing. Right? So whenever Mean Gene does, there is a purpose. Mean Gene is in the army and he has an alcohol problem.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Someone get the wine away from Mean Gene, please.
No. But yeah, he has an alcohol problem. So at first, his first round is gonna be super military. But the more he advances, the more intoxicated he is, and the more he buttons down his shirt. The reason for that is because one of the first competitions that I did in whacking was not one of the first, but one of the big competitions I did. I was wearing a full army suit. Sheesh. and it was formal suit, and it was in the middle of July. It was at a competition called Step Your Game Up
in New York.
In New York.
Damn.
And it's just that the more rounds that I was doing, the hotter I got.
So I was just,
and the humidity in New York is just, So I was just unbuttoning my shirt. But there has to be a reason why. It's because I become more intoxicated. Okay. And the more I was unbuttoning my shirt, the more loose it got. So my movements were not as stiff. They were more like
loosey-goosey.
And I just attributed that to being intoxicated. You know, he's a womanizer. He's just like, yeah. So whenever I get on stage and I see my opponent, I'm always going to talk to them. Jeez. They're going to take a pose. I'm like, well, hello there. That's Mean Gene voice right there. Well, how are we doing today? That's the old theatrics of it.
So wait, are we doing the rest of the interview with a Mean Gene voice?
Well, we could. We could absolutely do
Got
that.
You. Got you.
Yeah. He's always playful and stuff like that. So that was the character that I gave him. He's like, so there's always a purpose. If I reach, and that was the thing, if I reach the last round, Mean Gene comes on stage and you see this footage of that. He takes a shot of real alcohol. He cheers to everybody, shoots it, and drops the glass in front of the judge. It's just a thing, just to add more purpose and more. But whacking allowed me to free myself in that. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not a womanizer. I'm not all of that. But I was able to explore that. I'm able to be that when I'm that. It's like when you watch Crump. Most of these motherfuckers are not violent. They're not, and it's not a violent style. But their movement,
energy,
there's some things that they do. But they're able to explore that. They are not. It's not a nickname. They are that, and they're able to tell a whole story. It's just, you're not necessarily going to be able to know the story that they're telling in the whacking or Crump, but you know there's a purpose, and it makes it even more. The buildup of the story is even better. And if you think Brocco, it's a bit that too. There's a whole persona to that. There's a whole environment. There's a whole eerie thing about it.
It's a character style. It's a character-based style.
Yes, absolutely. You are who. If your name is Jack the Ripper, you better rip.
Straight. Yeah, yo. Jeez, yo, bro, you took us. Ça nous a mis dans des différents endroits.
No, but I told you though we were about to get deep.
Yo, my bad, bro. Yo, ça fait 49 minutes, bro.
I know, but I told, but hold on.
My bad, John. My bad.
You was about to go
sorry,
deep, though.
Man. I'm sorry, man.
I told you though.
Yo,
you got me started.
Yo, fam. That's a lot. That's a whole lot.
And that's how I teach. When I teach dance, that's what I try to teach the people. Like construct. It's the story. What are you trying to tell? I don't necessarily want to know as long as you know what you're trying to tell.
Yeah.
It builds it's solid. What you're trying to show the people is just gonna be more solid, and it's gonna be and sweet. And you know who taught me that was actually Haya Black. But he didn't say it like that. He was just saying like, oh well, tutting is not that hard, but it is hard, but not that hard. But it's just a succession of things that are logic. I'm not gonna go over there and then go like it's linked.
Le point A, le point B.
So I took that concept and be like, you know what? When you dance, it's a logical thing that you have to go. Yeah.
Jeez. Shout out to Haya one more time.
I don't know how the money they enter. They are calling my name, but places way matter. I don't know how my rain is falling in summer. August Womo. I don't know how I am feeling today, but I feel like dancing. I feel like shouting. I beg you give me the vibe. That's how they catch this feeling. Never gonna stop. Wanna rock the city.